Hi everybody, it is me, Crystalline, your proactive conscious aging life coach. How are you guys doing tonight? I am joyful in the Lord and in the power of His might. Welcome back to my channel. The first thing I want to do before I get started with anything is to thank you guys, because today I hit 104 subscribers and I am just all over the place with excitement. You know, 104 may not seem like that many to some big YouTubers, but for me it seems like a lot. I've been in some forums and some groups, and I've seen some videos where people tell me that it took them like a whole year to just get 100 subscribers, and I've done 104 in a month. So I'm really excited and happy about that. And I thank you guys for subscribing and sharing my videos. So listen, tonight I am going to share with you how to use glycolic acid pads on your face. These ones that I'm going to use are by Windsor Botanicals, and I've been using these and I just love them. Let's talk a little bit about skincare and skincare analysis. So what I'd like to remind you and to encourage you to do is to, number one, talk to a dermatologist or a medical esthetician, or somebody who can look at your skin and help you to define what type it is right now. Now, you know, when we were younger, maybe back in our teens and 20s and 30s, we might have had a different type of skin than we do now. But you know what happens is we get used to treating our skin like it's still like that, and it's not. When you think about it, our actual skin, our whole body skin changes every 28 days. Now, if you multiply that by 60 years, you're definitely going to see a big change in how your skin behaves, how it reacts to things. And so we have to be up on that, okay? Because if we're not, our skin can start to get really aged looking and not good. Okay, so let's just put it that way. In one of my last videos, I talked about 3 signs of an aged appearance on your skin. One of them was dullness, wrinkles, and then brown spots. And those brown spots are also known as age spots. And what they really are spots that come from excessive sun exposure. And they call them age spots because they happen over time. Okay, now these things are preventable, and one thing about the conscious aging is that you're going to choose how you're going to feel. That's the wellness part. You're going to choose how you're going to look. That's the beauty part. And you're going to choose how you're going to live your life. Okay, and that is the other wellness part. That's more like the mind and the spirituality, and that has to do with what is going to happen, how you're going to take your life in different directions as you age and mature. But let me get back on the skincare part, because I can go off on a tangent, right? Well, anyway, so if you have been treating your skin the way you did in your 20s and you're 65 years old, that is a mistake, and your skin could probably be looking a lot better. So we want to make sure that we have an accurate skincare diagnosis so that we can use the proper products that we need for right now. So one of the products that I found out that I needed, and you may not have seen the other video where I talked about this, I have been using a microdermabrasion cream on my skin, and I have been using this for a long time. Now, I used to use the exfoliating grains, right? And then I graduated from there to the microdermabrasion grains, and so those are much finer and smaller particles that were supposed to polish your skin up and everything. But as I got older, my skin apparently became more sensitive and more fine. So when I used those grains that were supposed to be tiny microdermabrasion, I would look in the mirror And what happened? My whole face would be broken out in a rash, and the rash would last for about 5 minutes. And I'm like thinking, well, what is this? And that's what it was. The microdermabrasion grains were just too harsh for my skin. So I had to revamp my whole skincare routine. But I'm glad I did, because my skin has improved a lot. What were my signs of aging was that dullness that I referred to a few minutes ago. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's almost like, just think of looking at an onion, okay? And there's onion skin on the outside of the onion. So it might look kind of brown. Think of the brightening as when you peel that skin off and you look inside the onion and it's all white and shiny and bright and everything. That is the effect that the better skincare products have on your skin if you're using the right ones. Well, my skin looks a lot brighter, a lot firmer, tighter, and I love it, okay? So, I'm gonna show you this, how to use it. But first, let me talk a little bit about what is glycolic acid. So glycolic acid is an alpha hydroxy acid. And alpha hydroxy acids they're found in food products. For example, like citric acid from vitamin C. And we also get our vitamin C serum from that alpha hydroxy acid. And as you know, the vitamin C serum helps to brighten our skin a lot. So that's what the glycolic acid does. Now, glycolic acid is an exfoliant, so it is going to remove the outer layer of dead skin cells, just like if you were using a microdermabrasion cleanser. And also, I told you about this one, the Mother-Made Exfoliating Aqua Peel Gel with green tea. This one is another one that I love, but I showed you that in another video, so this is something different. So anyway, so the glycolic acid, it goes on your skin and it just helps to remove those, dead skin cells. It leaves your skin looking very beautiful and bright. And let me tell you something, the next time you put some makeup on, your skin is going to look out of sight. But you don't even have to put any makeup on. You'll get that glow immediately, okay? Now, I have a glow after I work out. My cheeks are just as pink as they want to be. That's how I want my skin to look, naturally beautiful. And so this is what that glycolic acid helps to produce, okay? Another thing that the glycolic acid helps to do is it helps to rebuild the collagen. It also decreases inflammation. Now, inflammation is like, public enemy #1 in your body. Anything that's going on, from arthritis to lupus, and so many different conditions in the body are exacerbated by inflammation. So we want to keep the inflammation down to a very low level, okay? It also can help with acne. It also works to kill bacteria on the skin, just a whole boatload of things that this glycolic acid does to improve the appearance of your skin. And it helps also reduce the signs of aging as far as hyperpigmentation goes, and that's like brown spots. You know how sometimes you might have a pimple or something and it goes away and it leaves a brown spot? That's hyperpigmentation, and this will help get rid of that too. It helps get rid of sun damage, just a whole host of things that it helps with. It decreases the appearance of large pores. Need I go on? So I'm not, okay? But I will tell you that glycolic acid comes in different strengths, from about 5% to about 20%. These pads that I'm going to use tonight are 20%. And actually, I started out with this 20% because, it works for me. And my skin was not too sensitive to use the 20%. Now, if you have real sensitive skin or real dry skin, you might want to start out at about 10% and just kind of work your way up. Or, like I said, get a recommendation from your dermatologist or your medical esthetician before you try this. Another thing is that this company even says to patch test before use. So what I did is I patch test right here on my neck the day before I started using them, and there was no irritation or anything, so I went ahead and used some on my face. So that's how you want to do really with any kind of skincare product that you kind of leery about and you're not sure about. Always do a patch test first, because you don't want to put that on your face and then have a bad reaction, okay? One thing, well, a couple of things that I also want to remind you of when you use glycolic acid is that it's going to make your skin photosensitive. So you definitely want to use a sunblock after using it when you go out into the sun, definitely. You also don't want to use a vitamin C serum after using this, because it really would just, you know, erase the effects of the vitamin C. And also you don't want to use a retinol product after you use glycolic acid, right? It will be just too much on the skin. You might get burnt. Your skin will just have an opposite effect with having all these products on it, okay? So just do one thing at a time, okay? Now, I'll tell you how I use mine. I'm just holding it up here like that so you can see it, so you know which one it is, okay? And I like it a lot. Usually, I use this in the morning. I'm going to tell you the truth. You can also use it in the evening, but because you don't want to use anything, because I don't want to use anything after it, I just use it in the morning, and it's part of my morning routine. If you want to have a real nice facial and everything and use a mask after it, then do it at night. But I like to use it in the morning because I'm getting up, I'm doing things, I'm going to put some makeup on, you know, so I just do it at that time. Now listen, you guys, if you have any questions about this glycolic acid, these glycolic acid pads, just put them down in the comments and I will be happy to answer them, okay? So let's just get going with using them, okay? So today I'm going to use my Pears transparent soap that I showed you before, but first I'm going to take off this little bit of makeup that I have with my favorite makeup remover, the Pond's all-purpose face creams. I saw somebody on YouTube the other day that was using some makeup remover that cost about $46. You know, I almost choked because you're putting it on and then you're taking it off. You see? So there's no way am I going to spend that much money. You know, just not me. Anyway, I told you guys I got these from Dollar General for about $3.85 per jar. And this is a huge jar and it's gonna last for about a year. But at $3.85, I probably could afford to just go on ahead and get rid of it on the expiration date, because you have to be very careful with the use of cosmetics and creams, because if you use them too long, then they have bacteria in there, and then that's defeating the purpose of even using them. So I'm just gonna, got some in my eye. Then I just wipe it off like that. Look at that, how clean that comes off. And that's what I like. This cream is very effective in lifting your makeup right up off of your skin, and it makes it so easy to go on with the rest of your cleansing. This is a double cleanse because it does just leave a little tiny bit of residue. But see, now my makeup is off and it didn't cost $46. I don't know why people spend that much on things, but you know, I guess they have a whole lot of money so they can do that. Another thing that I want to show you is that I'm using my little tiny washcloth. Remember these? Well, it's hard to forget because I use them all the time, right? But today I'm using the one that has the very soft, terry side, because if you noticed, I'm not using my Cora 7 spin brush, and I'm not using my Sonia Kashuk brush, because when you're going to use glycolic acid, you want to be very soft and gentle with your skin. You don't want to put anything on it ahead of time that's going to cause irritation. So I'm just using this very soft little washcloth to take off the rest of my makeup. There. And boy, you should feel how soft this little cloth is. I cannot recommend these little guys enough. They come in packs of 3. If you get them from Dollar Tree, they cost $1. Well, actually, Dollar Tree went up to $1.25. They're high end now, right? So, but yeah, $1.25 to $1.69. You get 3 to a pack. They're the perfect little size, and they are so soft. They feel almost like velvet on your face. So this is the perfect little cloth to use when you're going to do a treatment like this. Now back in the day when glycolic acid first came out and they were doing glycolic acid facials, I was in beauty school at that time, and I remember they came and did a demonstration at our beauty school, and you know, it was pretty elaborate. They used some little Q-tips to take the glycolic acid from the container and spread it all over the face, and then they let it sit for a couple of minutes, and then they neutralized it and everything, and it was just like a big deal. And they probably maybe still do something like that at the spas, but we also have the benefit of advanced technology, which allows us to do these nice treatments for ourselves right in the privacy of our own home. So I just want to make sure I have everything off, and now I'm going to use my glycolic acid pad. Now I'm going to show you how. This is pretty big. Do you see how big that is? There are, how many in here? 60 pads, and actually it only takes a half of this pad to go over my whole face, all right? But I'm just going to use the whole one so you won't think I'm like the cheapest person on earth, okay? But you could just use half of it, seriously. And the thing is they have so much of the product in here. This is a very, very nice economical deal that you're getting. 20% glycolic acid on 60 pads. You can cut them in half and have 120 of them. I like that. So this is how you do it. And look at, you can even see how much product is coming off as I do the pad across my face. Can you see that? It's way more than enough. I would have to have a head like Godzilla to use this whole pad up, you see? So I'm just going very gently over my face, and I'm letting the product go on like that. Do not put it directly under your eyes, okay? Or on your eyelids, like in this area. Leave that alone, because that's just a little bit too fine for this glycolic acid. Now, that's it. My pad is clean. You can see I had all my makeup off, right? And this is done, and I can throw that away. So now, after a couple of minutes, this is going to dry, and I'm going to move on with the next step. Now, since I'm using the glycolic acid, I'm not going to put on anything after this. Normally in my night routine, I would put on my retinol serum. I'm not going to do that tonight because I just put that on and it would be too much on my skin. It would burn and it would defeat the purpose. But what I am going to use, I'm going to use a little bit of this hyaluronic acid that I like by Tree of Life. Hyaluronic acid draws moisture to your skin. So I'm going to put just a little bit of that on. And my face feels dry enough now to do that. You know, I'm hitting this aging with all 6 barrels, okay? Like that, there. How's that look? I think it looks great. And I'm also going to use now my Isano Rose Hip Moisturizer. This is going to go all over my face. And now we can put it under our eyes, like that. And see, I had a pimple the other day. It's a little brown spot. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm hitting it with that glycolic acid and it'll be gone in a couple of days. So now I have that underneath my eyes. And you know, there my skin just feels really tingly right now. It feels very stimulated. It's like I can feel the blood rushing up to my skin and everything. I don't know if that's really true, but that's what it feels like. I'm also going to use a little bit of this Isano Rose Hip Oil. I love these products. I really do. I just take a couple of drops like that and dab it under my eyes. And wow, my skin feels great. And that is it, you guys. See how simple that was? See how simple it is just to keep yourself looking good and just, you know, looking your best. I like to do that. You know, I'm 61 years old. I had my birthday January 2nd, and I just really want to keep myself looking the best I can, feeling the best I can, and being the best I can. And I want to encourage you guys to do that too. If you have any questions, if you'd like to see any topics that you'd like me to cover, just put them down in the comments and I will be glad to answer each and every one. If you like this video and this information that you just got, please subscribe, like, share, and hit that notification bell so you can get the next video that comes up as soon as it comes up. So I hope you've gotten value out of this video, and now you know how to use these glycolic acid pads by Windsor Botanicals, and I've introduced you to a new product. So I'm going to say good night for now. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.